on another radio program where they were talking about these jerk-off clubs that are all over seems like everywhere. They're like everywhere. So, let's see.
Hello.
Hi, I'm looking for Jimbo Jacks.
This is Jimbo.
This is Jimbo. Come on, Jimbo.
Welcome
Round
to
of applause, Jimbo. I like the way Jimbo. Say your name. Say your name again for me.
This is Jimbo.
This is Jimbo.
Okay.
All right, so
I have a cousin named Jimbo.
Jimbo, by the way, Jimbo Jacks representing DenverJacks.com. That's DenverJacks.com. All right, so I have 9 million questions. I was just telling the audience before we came back in from break. We talked about this because somebody else was talking about that there are these clubs that exist, and they seem to be worldwide because you were telling me about a whole bunch of clubs in our area that I didn't know these places existed.
Yeah, really.
And you were telling me that these clubs exist. Now, what they are, just so everyone understands, it's a place for men to get together and masturbate. Am I correct in that assumption when I say that? Exactly. Explain to me, what is the concept of a jack-off club, exactly?
Well, you've said it right there pretty succinctly and as plain as you can be. These clubs exist, and like I said, there are clubs all over, and they are continuing to open up. Just recently, Dallas opened one, Austin opened one, Raleigh, North Carolina just got one, Pittsburgh, Philly, New York, Boston, Chicago, Seattle, Portland, LA, all over. And these clubs are, not to go back too far in history, but the history of jack-off clubs really spawned out of the early 80s when the AIDS epidemic was sweeping across the world. And they were places where men could go.
Oh, we lost him for a second.
Oh, what happened?
He must have been jacking off and hit the phone.
Okay.
God, he's back. He's back. Jimbo!
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Well, you got to stop jacking off while you're on the phone.
All right.
Thank you. Please, focus. 80s,
So, anyway,
AIDS, guys jerking off, continue.
Right. So that's where jack-off clubs were really formed. That's where they came from, was guys wanted to get together and have sexual fun without, putting themselves at risk. And that tradition continues today in jack-off clubs, where men want to come together and they want to share in the bonding and the brotherhood and the community that you can create when guys get rid of their sexual labels and just be free to experience a new level of male bonding. And that's what jack-off clubs are. Most jack-off clubs, like mine, are masturbation only. There is no oral or anal sex allowed, and all play has to be consensual and agreed upon.
All right, so this, by the way, I mean, no offense, does sound like, if I'm a guy and I want to go this way, it sounds like a cock tease. Like, I got to do everything myself.
Well, no. If you want to attend our event, you are welcome to masturbate yourself or each other. If you want to be the jacky or the jacker, that's totally acceptable.
All right, because the only reason
if you're just looking to give a guy a handy, that's okay.
Well, that's what I'm asking, because for the guys that are out there that are in our audience, like a bisexual Marcus or whoever else is out there that is gay that is in our audience, you're telling me that heterosexual males go to these clubs and just for what you're saying, male bonding, decide that, hey, I'm just going to jack off, or I'm going to watch guys jack off, or jack somebody off. That to me, and I'm not knocking it, just asking, comes off a little gay. Just saying. Well,
and I think that there's a lot of people who are of that mindset. But, I got to tell you that, I think many of us, including myself, when I was in my young adult and even in my, late adolescence, it was not uncommon. I remember several times when I was in high school meeting up with guys, and porn would come on and we'd all sit in the same room and jerk off together. At that time, no one was confident enough to touch another person, but we all did it. And, later in my young adult life, as a bisexual guy, jacking off with other guys was something that you just did. We've all been naked together in locker rooms, and being naked with other men is not an uncommon experience, I think, for anybody who's been in any sports or anything like that. And certainly being able to free yourself to be a sexual person while in the presence of other men is something that a lot of people don't really identify with. And these clubs are not for everyone. Not every guy is going to be open to this experience.
Exactly.
But for last year we had just north of 3,300 guys attend our club last year.
Now, but see, this is what hold on, because what I'm asking you, because what I'm trying to understand is, like, you equated it to being in a locker room. Now, I know for a fact I've been in locker rooms. I've seen many a dick in my day. I'm not gonna say I haven't. It's not like I don't look either, because I've said it on the show. I have penis envy. If someone has a giant schlong, I'm like, good for you. Congratulations for having a giant penis. You know what I mean? Like, I'll see one. I've watched porn, and like everyone calls me gay or whatever because I'll look at the guy's dick and go, hey, that guy, she's handling that massive hog, and I applaud that guy. Got no problem with it. But it never at any time while in the locker room did I go, hey, I'm going to jerk off so Billy can watch. You know what I mean? Like, I never had that urge. So what I'm asking, and I'm not knocking, I'm inquisitive here. I have questions. Wouldn't that person who has that urge to do that be either bisexual or gay?
That's a really good question, and a lot of people ask that. And we, at our club, we say that masturbation has no orientation. Doesn't matter whether you're gay or bi or straight, you all masturbate. And yes, you're right. There is this sort of, a lot of people are going to say, well, if you jerk off with another guy, that's a homosexual act. And while that may very well be true, and I think in a very literal definition of the word, you're right. There is some homoeroticism involved in two guys jerking off together. Yeah. But I got to tell you that a third, I would say, almost with almost absolute certainty, a third of our members identify as straight.
Dude, half of them could probably identify as a lamp. I mean, it's not. I'm just saying my point thing. The only thing I'm equating this to, because look, I love jerking off. I jerk off all the time. I jerked off like 2 hours before I came here. I jerked off. I love to jerk off. Never will I jerk off in front of anybody in the studio. They're all men. It's a sausage party. I would never do that because, to me, I find that to be a homosexual act. Now, yet again, not knocking, just asking. Some of the rules that you were saying, you were saying no. Go ahead, wait, hold on. You were saying that because it's on the website where you can put your mouth on anything above the penis, right? So like navel, nipples, neck, whatever, as long as everyone agrees to it and no one just fucking randomly runs up and does that. So not only am I naked in front of a bunch of guys and I'm jerking off, some guy can come over if I agree to it and suck on my nipples while they do that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Sure, like that's what you agree to.
Well, John just dropped his phone because he got a little excited. That's what I'm saying. It gets a little crazy. It seems like to me that it's just a reason for guys to experiment, which is fine if that's what you want to do. Like the perfect example. We have a guy on the show who is listening right now intently, bisexual Marcus. He lives up near the Pennsylvania-Jersey border there and everything. Are you connected to any of the clubs in that area? Like, what's the closest club that you're connected to over near us?
Well, we're not really connected in any legal or financial or any other.
No, but like the guy that runs it.
But I am familiar with most club owners. We all have a Skype call, usually once a month. All the Jack-Off club owners get together on Skype and we do talk. So I do have email relationships with most other club owners, yes.
I just pictured all of them on Skype jerking off. That just made me fucking laugh my ass off. I pictured Jimbo looking at the guy from New York going, hey, nice dick. And they just start jerking off, you know what I mean? Because, like, that's normal. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because we want to try to get bisexual Marcus into the club because we want to we want to have him go to because he's not going to have any qualms about seeing a penis. This is a guy that went to a house once that he met somebody on Craigslist and had sex randomly by somebody wearing a luchador mask.
In a basement.
In a creepy basement.
Fucked some guy in a theater, according to the show.
He fucked the guy. But that one sounds tame compared to the guy going into the creepy basement, fucking a guy in a luchador mask. That he never saw the guy's face, so he didn't even know what the fuck. So he has no qualms about, being around a room full of cocks. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I can't send Ricky there because Ricky's going to burn down the club. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not good. You can't send Ricky.
Ain't my thing.
It ain't his thing. It ain't going to happen. I would walk around and just be like, all right, this is just weird. You know what I mean? Because I'm stupid. I'm going to look. I don't have a fucking problem. I'm so masculine in that way, I don't give a shit. Like, it's not going to turn me gay watching a guy go, okay, I'm going to jerk off. Okay, good, jerk off. I don't give a shit. It's not going to affect me in any way, shape, or form. But Marcus has in-depth, criteria here. He's taken a cock, he's seen a cock, he's jerked one, he's blown one. I mean, he's done it all. So I want to send him into the club. Is there any chance of us getting him into one of these jack-off clubs so he can at least do some in-depth reporting for us?
Sure. All he's got to do is just find the club online, just search the name online, and if he needs it specific, he can email me and I'll give him the website. But most of the clubs like mine, you don't need an invitation for. You sign up or you email them and they'll give you the details about where it is and what the times are. A lot of the clubs, like my club, will list their event times on the website, which we do. And you just show up, you pay at the door, and you agree to the rules, and you go in, and that's it. That's all you need to do. There's no special prerequisite or RSVP required to go to most of these clubs.
All right, so take me. Yeah, but he might want to have a microphone and ask people questions, and he could tape the microphone to his penis. If it makes anyone feel more comfortable, they could talk directly into his dick or something. That's fine.
Wire him up like he's working for the FBI.
Exactly. We can make sure the battery packs up his ass. We'll do something. We'll get crazy like that. All right, so take me through this. Take me through this, though. Hey, Jimbo, take me through this. I'm walking into the club. I'm a prospective client. I want to walk into the club. Take me through what happens. I agree to the rules of the club. Then what happens? I go through these magic doors and I'm transported to Masturbation Metropolis? What's going on?
Absolutely. So at our club, you enter the first area and is a registration check, and that's where the transactional component of what's happening is conducted. Once you do that, we buzz you in a secure door. Then you're in the locker room area, and there's lockers where you can put all of your personal belongings. At our club, you're required to strip down to at least your underwear. 95% of the guys that participate are naked. So you strip down, you put your stuff in your locker, and you lock it up, and you take the key, and you hold on to it with you. You go through another set of curtains, and that's the main club area. It's a large, open area with lots of places to sit, stand, or lay down. All of the seating is covered in clean linen.
I was going to say, please tell me you clean the seats. Because if everyone's naked, I got a problem with, I mean? I don't like sticking to the floors of a theater.
So it's kind of like an old, what the old bathhouses were. You could get
minus the baths, though.
And,
So it's a large open area. There's no private room. There's just lots of places to sit, stand, or lay down. The lighting is dim but not dark. You can see the people. There's music playing. It's loud enough that you can have a conversation, or you could have some hot talk back and forth with the guys that you're interacting with.
Hey, Billy!
But not so loud that you can't hear anybody.
You jerk off here often?
No women, though, right? No women?
No, there's no women. It's guys jerking off, Joe.
Well, has anybody thought to start a woman's club? So they could do that?
I wonder, are there women's clubs, Jimbo? Are there women's clubs? Are they, flick the bean clubs? You know what I mean? They get to masturbate, too?
I have heard of women's masturbation clubs. There was one in Denver many years ago, but the woman who was running it is no longer here, so that club is no longer operational. And there are co-ed jack-off clubs called Jack and Jill clubs.
Ah, so Joe, there you go. There's Jack and Jill clubs.
Well, I'd be interested.
I'd go to a Jack and Jill club. Why the fuck would you not? There's
like a
chicks
nice
there, and there. Maybe the chick jerks you off.
Heterosexual.
Yeah, well, because I'm heterosexual, I understand that, but I'm just saying, I'm not going to because the one thing we read last week, and I'm sure because by the way, Jimbo from Jimbo Jack's here from DenverJacks.com for anyone who's interested in the Denver area. Plus, there's 9 million other clubs like Jimbo was saying. So if you're interested in this, yet again, we're not mocking you. I'm trying to point out that these things exist because I, yet again, have more questions. One of which last week we asked, and now, Jimbo, you probably can answer. What is the fascination with docking? That's when one guy takes, he has a guy with no circumcision and a guy with circumcision, and he takes the hood of his penis and puts it over the other guy. What exactly transpires after that? A limbo contest? What happens there?
Well, they continue to masturbate each other with the tips of their dick together and using the other guy's foreskin as sort of a lubricant, if you will. So they both masturbate each other and themselves at the same time with the uncut penis's foreskin.
So they're in the Chinese finger torture trap, and they're jerking each other off. And if I come, I fill up his foreskin with my jizz, and he shoots his load on top of my penis.
Absolutely.
Wow. Now, has there ever been? Because I would think a room full of guys, and like they walk in and they see Ricky, and Ricky's all in his glory, and his penis is out, and they go, "I'm gonna fucking jerk off that guy right there. That's the guy." Has there ever been a fight? A big old naked brawl in a jerk off club?
No, we've never had any violence happen in any of our events.
It would be if I was in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you're not.
Well, that's why you're not invited, Ricky.
So you can't come, Ricky.
No, he can come. He just can't go to the club.
That's right.
I said, not my thing.
Not your thing. And yet again, we got Jimbo who's bisexual. Jimbo, you said you were bisexual?
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, yet again,
whatever floats somebody's
By the
boat.
way, this is like because everyone wants to keep saying safe spaces. This show is a safe space. We don't give a fuck what you are.
We don't care.
We're trying to learn and discover, and that's why this thing came up last week in conversation. So now we have the guy that's running one of the places, DenverJacks.com, for further details on that.
Because I'm a little shocked that when Jimbo was saying earlier that the guys, grown men, get together and watch porn.
Yeah.
The last time I watched porn with guys, I was a teenager. Yeah. And we were just learning about shit.
But you didn't jerk off together.
No, we didn't jerk off. We didn't do none of that.
One time, Jimbo, I'm going to tell you exactly. One time I watched porn with a bunch of dudes. I got up, left, went to the guy's bathroom, rubbed one out, and then went back into the fucking dick.
We didn't even do that.
I was watching a good scene. Yeah. I had to jerk off to it. But the thing was, like...
Understood.
But I didn't want... Yeah, I didn't want to fucking jerk off in front of my friends, though, is my point. Like, I get the exhibition one, like you were talking about, because Joe said that before.
Exhibition.
Like, someone's showing off their cock. If they got a massive hog, they're going to go show it off. I get it. A lot of guys are proud of their dicks. I get it.
I'm sure somebody, this is a great way for them to experience the whole exhibition thing and not worry about anything because everybody else has got the same thing going on.
Are there guys that just walk around showing their cocks and never do anything?
Absolutely.
They use it kind of like a supermarket. They go walk it through going, I like this one, this one, this,
And not to mention if you're experimenting, Yeah, Jimbo.
Yeah, there are some guys who attend who only want to be the Jackie. They don't touch any other guy. They just let guys touch them. Mm-hmm. And there's some guys that are only there who don't want to be jacked off. They just want to jack off somebody else. I mean, but most guys, our events are. I think for the men that want that experience and for the men that attend, it's a highly energetic and interactive experience. It's not something like akin to sitting in a porn theater all staring at a screen jerking off. There's a much more communal and camaraderie experience in the act of masturbating together.
Do they do an actual sit around and do a circle jerk?
There are, yeah.
Wow.
Guys will gather in small groups of 2 or 3 or 4, and they'll all stand in a circle and, touch each other and allow themselves to be touched. Some guys, will just sit on the sofas or lay on the bed or just stand on the sidelines and watch.
See, what your mic is your mic on? No, your mic. You're unplugged. Your mic. I don't know what the fuck happened. Yeah, your mic's unplugged. Stupid.
Yeah, my bad.
Now,
You're an ass. Yeah, now
I mean,
so is this legal? Is this legal in Colorado and all these other
why
places?
is it not legal?
I mean, it's like it's considered like almost.
It's
like
not
the
prostitution.
bunny,
They're
like the
telling
bunny
them. Yeah,
ranch.
but they're telling them no fucky. There's no fucking going on in the champagne room.
Is there really no fucking in the champagne room?
Well, according to Jimbo, there are rules and regulations and guidelines. You can't stick it up a guy's ass while you're in there. You can't blow a guy. You can't do any of those fucking. You can't do any of the things. Billy says it all happens in the parking lot. I'd like to do a reality show called The Parking Lot.
Guys meet up in it and then they shoot out to the parking lot.
Or they leave and go wherever they're going to go and do their business.
It's not uncommon, and I'm sure that it happens, and I know that it does, that guys will come to they'll arrive at the club and they'll find somebody that they're interested in doing more with, and they will both leave. It's not uncommon for guys to show up at the club and leave later to go somewhere else.
Of course.
To the point. But to the point of why just do it in the parking lot, and the reason is because that clubs like mine and the others that exist provide a safe, clean, and secure location for men that want that experience. Because if you do that in a parking lot or somewhere else where it's not allowed and you get busted, there's some pretty significant drawbacks to getting busted.
But Jimbo,
going all Pee Wee Herman on.
Yeah, but no, we got all that. By the way, great '90s reference, Pee Wee Herman in the Jerkin' Off. My question though is, of course they're going to go to the parking lot or somewhere else, because if I'm gay or if I'm fucking experimenting or I'm bisexual or whatever the fuck, I'm going to get massively turned on by all this. I'm going to want to fuck somebody. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, so of course they're going to go in the car and someone's going to stick it in somebody's tailpipe in the car. You know what I mean? Like they're definitely not going to get that far before. They're not going to be able to drive home and go, let's get all the way home, honey, because, I'm all worked up. You're going to want to, I mean, think about it. It's a place where it's like a cock buffet. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all shapes, all sizes, everybody's free, every color under the sun, is in this place. If you want a Chinese dick, there's a Chinese dick. If you want fucking a black guy's dick, it's over there. Puerto Rican for John. All kinds of penises are everywhere. White guys.
Now, do you find that happens where, people sort of search and seek out certain ethnic groups just to...
Yeah, are there little communities? Like, is there like a little Haiti in the club? People like only the Haitians hang out together here, and is the Chinese over here towards the left? Or does everyone just mingle and touch everybody's penis?
Well, everyone mingles in the same space because, like I said, it's a big open space. It's not... there's not really a place to go to hide or get away or to be segregated away from anybody. So most people just hang out together, and a big thing is consent. So as long as the guy agrees and you agree, then you guys can sit there and touch each other's dicks all you want. So,
all right. So
no, there's not much segregation going on.
I've just received a message from Marcus. He is screaming, "I want in on this." Can I give Marcus your cell number, Jimbo? So you can set something up with him so he can figure out where exactly is the closest club, where he can go, all that good stuff. Because out of everybody in this room, no one else is going to go to the club. No offense to you nor your club. DenverJacks.com. Further details for anybody else. I'm just saying, I know I'm not going. I know Billy's not going to go. Joe, sometimes I wonder. He might go and just look at cocks all day. I don't know.
Well, it'd be nice if they had a TV room,
Like when you're done looking at the cocks, you want to watch the game. I understand.
Well, no, they can have closed-circuit TV, and you could be, in a room by yourself. And,
all right, so what you're saying, you want to watch the cocks on CCTV.
Yeah, and then,
So just rent some gay porn, then,
Just
Joe.
get a hotel room. It's always the couple next door you're watching anyway.
Well, my cousin need a job. How much you paying for maintenance?
Yeah.
There you go.
Somebody to clean up.
That's another really serious question. I know you were saying there was fresh linen on a lot of the stuff, but how much, what's the laundry bill for DenverJacks.com? What is the laundry? Because I have to imagine everybody's shooting jizz everywhere. Mm-hmm. I have to imagine it's like the fucking Bellagio fountains in there. Everyone's just shooting jizz. all over the fucking place.
Flooring must be fucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's got to be a lot of sticky surfaces. Is all I'm saying.
They use Dixie cups.
Yeah,
there is a lot of sticky surfaces. We do have it. We hire out just like a hotel would. We hire out a professional laundry service that washes all the hand towels and all the linens. We replace the carpets when we need to. We have carpet squares, so if one area gets too much, we just rip the carpet squares out, put down new ones. But their club rules state that when you do ejaculate, when you do come, that you need to come on yourself or another person with their consent or on any canvas-covered surface. It's unsafe to come on the floor or the walls. Now, it happens, and we clean it. It's not a big deal.
Now, to you, by the way, 2 questions. Number 1, what if you're a premature ejaculator and you can't control your cum? Like, you know what I mean? Like, some guy touches the other guy and he just goes, and he just shoots a load somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Because that's bound to happen. I mean, it happens to heterosexual people. Why would it? Yeah, why would it not happen there? Sure. And number 2, do you have like a party where you turn on nothing but black light? Because I would have to. It has to look like. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it has to look like a Pollock painting.
Exactly.
It has to. Like there's got to be jizz places you don't even know that they were places. Do you know what I'm saying? So like that'd be the jizz blacklight party, where everyone's just shooting loads in the blacklight.
Any blacklight?
I'd shove a glow stick up somebody's ass and see what happens. That's what I do.
That's got to be a crime scene.
Yeah.
Well,
What if you're like Peter North? You know how Peter North used to shoot big, like they used to call them ropes, of like his load was so thick and milky, and he would shoot a big fucking thing. Dude, that's legendary. Peter, look up Peter. Don't look at me. Peter North had a fucking. He literally shot. They called it ropes. John's looking at me like I've just discovered something for. It's been around for eons.
Isn't it amazing how he knows all this stuff?
Of course,
the guy's a legend. He's always been.
Thank you, Billy. Protect me from these heathens.
He started that whole trend of like where they show you the fake shots.
Yeah, because his cock was shooting real ones.
He was doing it legit.
Yeah.
So they turned around and started making all this fake stuff.
Yeah. So he would shoot like rich milky loads. Like now, so what if you're a guy like that and you have like a big bazooka in your pants? You shoot a guy that's not even involved in your shit. Like what happens then?
Friendly fire is something that might happen when you attend our club. If it happens and you don't like it, you apologize to the guy that you accidentally shot. And
sorry, I shot my cum on you.
That's just a bonus.
Oh, my eye.
I'm so sorry, Bill. I didn't mean it. It went off all by itself.
Well, those are like the risks you take when you do.
First off, if you're in a room, Joe and Jimbo, let me just say this: if I'm in a room and there's nothing but a bunch of guys in the room jacking off. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that shit could go wrong. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. All right, listen, Jimbo, we have to, I'm going to, because I would talk to you for hours. This is hysterical.
You never asked how much is the membership then?
Jimbo, how much is a membership before because I have to get ready for the news. We didn't even do that yet. How much is a membership for DenverJacks.com there?
It's $20 to join for the year. You pay that once, and then you pay $15 each time you show up.
Well, that's reasonable.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not $20 to jerk off whenever I want for a year. Is not bad.
That's cheaper than going to 42nd Street.
Yeah, you can't even get street blowjobs for $20.
No, that's.
You guys put out any food or anything with the?
Do you really
and
want
I'll tell you, we provide a free. You get a free locker, you get free lube, and we have free non-alcoholic beverages, and you also get a hot towel if you want for cleaning up.
Well, I'm
gonna
need a hot towel to wipe that friendly fire off of me because
I think that's a frickin' bargain.
Yeah, because I'm a big target. I mean, if I'm in there and somebody's just like jacking off and then. I'm going to get hit with it.
I might go just because it's cheap.
Joe there asked, do y'all serve food?
Yeah.
I said, what, jerk chicken?
I guess then you get free non-alcoholic.
Jerk chicken.
No, chicken.
No, they serve cinnamon rolls. Yeah. Don't trust the icing.
Okay.
All right. On that note, Jimbo, I do have to take a break, so I got to say goodbye to you. Jimbo, you've been nothing but personable. Right. Thank you for answering all our questions. I'm going to give Marcus, if you're okay with it, can I give Marcus your cell phone number?
You sure can.
All right. So, Marcus, you'll get hooked up with whatever jack-off club that we're going to send you to. Jimbo Jacks, ladies and gentlemen. The man, the myth, the jerking-off machine. DenverJacks.com. We have learned all about the friendly fire and the jerk-off clubs.
Wow. Absolutely.
Thank you, Jimbo. Wow. You've been one hell of a guy. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Goddamn. Jimbo Jack, sir. Jimbo fucking Jacks. Now I know.
I tell you, if you have that persuasion, it's a nice way to spend the evening.
That's just gay. But the fact they have carpets, why carpets?
Yeah. Well, like you said, that it was probably the industrial carpet. They just rip it up, pull it out in squares.
But Johnny's right. They should have like tile or something.
Yeah, but you get cold feet.
Well, that's another point.
That's the worst. As long as it's not cold nuts, you got to put the nuts in the
right.
But if people slippers or something.
All right, listen, we have.
I just wonder what the health department regulations are. You know,
well, he said
they greased. They literally greased.
But he said that automatic. They do have a cleaning crew. Like I can't imagine the guy that comes, the jizz mopper that has to come in here and clean it. Like the lights come on, it's 3 a.m. The lights come up. Like, what the fuck? Okay.